Earth, Asia Hongning Headquarter City. Third brother, why did you think of me? Hong was still dressed in black. Big brother, didn't you ask me to buy the life fruit last time? Luo Feng sat opposite Hong, picking up the teacup in front of him and taking a sip. His eyes gleamed. HM good tea. Life fruit. Hong revealed a look of anticipation. Back then he had seen Luo Feng's cloud contact vine strength explode after eating the life fruit. I didn't manage to buy the life fruit, however, I bought 100 swelling water fruits. Luo Feng explained, these swelling water fruits, the effects are more gentle, your cloud contact vine will definitely be able to absorb it. These 100 swelling water fruits, eat one every 10 days, spending 3 years, after eating all 100, I guarantee your cloud contact vine will reach universe level 3 or 4. Hong was surprised. His cloud contact vine was naturally weaker than Luo Feng's. Even Luo Feng's cloud contact vine, after eating the life fruit, it could only reach universe level 2. Big brother, the main thing is that when I went to the auction this time I spent a lot of money to buy the spirit weapon, hence I couldn't buy the life fruit. Luo Feng said apologetically, of course in terms of nurturing plant life, these 100 swelling water fruits added together don't pale in comparison to the life fruit. Alright, I understand. Hong laughed, we brothers don't need to talk so much. Luo Feng laughed too. After which he flipped his hand and took out a box, placing it on the table before him. The box opened. Within were the 100 swelling water fruits. It doesn't look normal, no wonder it's a rare fruit of the universe. Hong's eyes gleamed. Of course, the selling price of these 100 swelling water fruits is comparable to a galaxy's worth. Luo Feng creased his eyebrows, asking curiously, right, why haven't I seen second brother recently? Thunder God? He's received the inheritance of Sector Lord Kabu, and has been training by Lord Wu for the past 2 years. Hong revealed a smile on his face. His strength has risen quite quickly, luckily I have the UNMO planet fighter training techniques that you gave me, I've had some breakthroughs in the past 2 years, otherwise I would have been surpassed by second brother. Luo Feng realized. The martial artists of the UNMO planet trained in secret techniques, were not bad. One had to know the UNMO planet master had 9 undyings under him. Most of them were martial artists. An undying realm's inheritance, how could it be weak? The only difference was that Thor had the guidance of the intelligent life, Lord Fog, and perhaps some treasures to assist him. As for Hong, he could only comprehend it alone. However, Hong's comprehension had always been very high. Back when Mingyu was judging, he said that Luo Feng and Thunder God were both level 3 elite geniuses, while Hong was a level 1 elite genius. Of course, now that 2 years had passed, especially after the Golden Horned Beast reached the universe level, Luo Feng's comprehension of the gold origin laws had improved greatly. Oh right, third bro. Recently, the number of experts in the slaughterhouse battle zone has increased. I don't know what's going on. Hong frowned. Too much. Luo Feng was stunned. Recently, he'd participated in the auction, so he really wasn't clear about the situation of the slaughterhouse dimension. Yes, in the past I could easily defeat many people. But now, a large group of geniuses has suddenly appeared. Moreover, these people rarely made an appearance in the slaughterhouse dimension. Hong said, it's fine if 1 or 2 geniuses suddenly appeared, but for so many to appear at once, I feel that something is going to happen. Oh. Luo Feng was curious, not knowing the reason. Luo Feng didn't have the time to investigate the slaughterhouse dimension. He immediately began to nurture his second body. In the vast metal continent, there was a golden mist atmosphere in the skies above. Around the continent too was a thick golden mist. The length and width of the continent reached 6,000 kilometers. In the middle of the sky, a black peculiar skin appeared out of nowhere. This skin was actually a small part of the Mosha clan skin Luo Feng bought. Talent? Clone nurture. With a thought, the entire world began to tremble. Rumble, the continent shook. The strange black skin directly vaporized, leaving behind only a drop of strange liquid. At the same time, the golden mist, in the world of the trembling metal continent, began to crazily gather towards the center. Almost instantly, it enveloped the drop of liquid that had been vaporized, and soon, it turned into an oval-shaped golden egg. Now that the nurturing has begun, who knows how long it'll take to complete? Luo Feng thought. The original owner of the black skin, according to Luo Feng's conversation with the auction house, was a universe level 2 Mosha clan member. Because of this, Luo Feng was able to nurture it now. The natural talent clone, the golden horned beast, only had 3 chances in its entire life. This was the second time. The Mosha clan's nurturing, compared to nurturing the Earth humans, is 10,000 to 100,000 times harder. And back then his internal world was the star level 1, now it was the universe level 6. The internal world is more than 10,000 times stronger too. Luo Feng calculated within, after a day of nurturing, I'll be able to estimate the time required. In theory, the stronger the original owner, the more noble the bloodline, the more shocking the time required to nurture. However, weird. Originally I guessed it would take tens to hundreds of years, I didn't expect it to only take 3 years and 9 months. After nurturing for a day, according to the profound information from the internal world, Luo Feng was already completely clear on the process of nurturing the Mosha clan. The Mosha clan wasn't a flesh and blood life form. The rules of a flesh and blood life form didn't work on it. As an energy life form, as long as the internal world nurtured the life crystal could automatically release energy and transform into a human form. And as an energy life form specialty, not only could it transform into a human form, it could transform into other shapes and forms easily. Nurturing the life crystal is enough, this Mosha clan sure is special, LuoFeng thought. The moment the natural talent clone began to nurture, LuoFeng didn't have to spend any effort on it, he just had to wait patiently. The winter months quickly ushered in the new year. The entire country of China was in a state of celebration, even after going through the Grand Nirvana period, even after going through the swallowing monster's attack, the citizens of China still wouldn't forget their most important holiday, the New Year. LuoFeng rarely stopped his training, spending a few days with his family. January 9th, early morning. Outside of Jiangnan headquarters city, in a ruined city in the wilderness, the sky was bright. In this city that had been abandoned for tens of years, on the balcony of a 28-story skyscraper, a human silhouette suddenly appeared. Dressed in dark red armor, with boots on his feet, he carried a peculiar dark golden long rod on his back. This dark golden long rod was over 2 m long, it was so wide that one had to use both hands to barely hold it, its diameter was about 15 centimeters. The entire dark golden long rod gave off a heart-palpitating energy, just the energy it occasionally released was enough to make the surrounding steel and concrete cities large amounts of monsters flee. None of the monsters dared to get close. Carrying this Nan Shen Armament feels like carrying a mountain. LuoFeng could feel the pressure the Nan Shen Armament gave him. Normal level 1, 2, and 3 spirit weapons could be used as soon as they were taken. However, normal high-level weapons were different. For example, a level 5 weapon, to unleash its power, one first had to properly nurture their spirit, planting their own spirit imprint on the Nan Shen Armament. Nurture it well. Once it's done, this Nan Shen Armament will really treat you as its master. Then begin training. Babata said. Understood. LuoFeng was worried about nurturing it at home, accidentally affecting his family. Hence he specially came to the wilderness. Nan Shen Armament, 9 levels of the universe. LuoFeng sat crossed-legged, placing the dark golden long rod on his knees. According to my current level, I should be able to complete the first level. The Nan Shen Armament was split into 9 levels, each stronger than the previous. As the strongest godly armament, yet the weakest. If one wasn't a true genius, they might as well use a normal spirit weapon. The first level was called Illusion Blade Form. The second level was called Sky-Piercing Form. The third level was called Heavenly Blade Form. The fourth level was called Great Craftsmanship. The fifth level was called Space Slicing. The sixth level was called Own World. The seventh level was called One Rod Exploding Heaven and Earth. The eighth level was called Golden Blade Space Slicing. The ninth level was called Undying Enemy. When LuoFeng found out about the names of these 9 levels, especially the 9th level was called Undying Enemy, he was incomparably excited. Because whether it was the Golden Horned Beast's inherited memories or Babata's teachings, from Sector Lord to Undying, this was an extremely huge barrier. This was a transformation of the soul. A true super huge leap. Undying could easily sweep through Sector Lord Pinnacle warriors. Even the Sector Lord Pinnacle Golden Horned Beast, against an Undying, would have to lower its head. However, this 9th level actually dared to say, Undying Enemy, it was simply heaven-defying. It's a pity that this 9th level is extremely difficult to reach. The entire human race, the many universe countries, only a few have managed to reach this level. The difficulty of training this level is even harder than reaching Undying. LuoFeng exclaimed, no matter what, he had only comprehended a little bit of the gold origin laws. As for the space origin laws, he hadn't even touched the basics. He still had to slowly work hard. While LuoFeng was concentrating on the Nan Shen Armament, on the Black Dragon Mountain Empire's capital star. Within the capital star, within the floating palace. Have you found any information on that, LuoFeng? Dressed in royal attire, the Ninth Prince sat in his throne and said coldly. No, back then in the world within a world, this LuoFeng followed the Three-Axe Mountain army and left. I only found that he entered the allied army as a subordinate of the Three-Axe Mountain's Mingyu. I couldn't find anything else. I don't even know where he is now. Below, an attendant said respectfully. Scram. The Ninth Prince Brolin ordered. Recently, His Majesty Brolin had been in a bad mood, extremely bad. In the world within a world, his grandfather Hargrey was the biggest loser. Not only did he not obtain the inheritance crystal ball, he even lost almost all of his wealth. And he even offended many sector lords from the sacred land Black Dragon Mountain. One had to know back then in the world within a world, Brolin commanded over 220,000 troops. Where did this army come from? The main reason was because a group of sector lords from the sacred land Black Dragon Mountain supported Hargrey, hence they handed their troops over to Brolin to command. These sector lords supported Hargrey, it wasn't without conditions. They all had promises before, even though the Ninth Prince had given his other treasures, like the D6 grade rail cannon to his grandfather to deal with those sector lords. However, back then, there were over 10 sector lords who supported Hargrey. The Ninth Prince had too few treasures, it wasn't even enough to split. And Hargrey himself was close to bankruptcy, his mood wasn't good at all. These sector lords still came to demand the promised benefits. Under his rage, it became very unpleasant. Naturally, Hargrey lost his power in the sacred land. Hargrey himself didn't care about power as a sector lord, his own body was the most important. Hargrey's loss of power in the sacred land Black Dragon Mountain affected the Ninth Prince's position. Brolin gritted his teeth. Big brother, third brother and the others want to fight with me? Thinking about what happened during this period of time, Brolin's rage grew. Bu Luolin was the strongest amongst the princes. One was because he had money, two was because he had a backer. Right now his backer Hargrey had lost his power in the sacred land Black Dragon Mountain. Also, the treasures he obtained in the world within a world were all given to his grandfather to compensate the sector lords. Money. With money we can make the sector lords lower their heads, without money we can't do anything. Bu Luolin's eyes gleamed coldly. Some of the Empire's information systems and citizen databases forbid us princes from interfering. If I had enough money, I could get someone to take the risk and help me go through the information systems to investigate LuoFeng's information. The Empire's laws were extremely strict. As the Emperor's lifespan was very long, hence they usually guarded against the princes. The entire Empire's citizen database, information systems etc., definitely forbid the princes from interfering. However, laws were made by humans too. Enforcing the laws was also done by humans. As long as one had enough money they could get someone to take the risk. Back when I attacked the people of the Three-Axe Mountain I used my laser gun to shoot 12 targets, 11 of them died, only this Luo Feng didn't die. Bu Luolin thought, and he has exchanged for treasures in the castle, he even has a space ring that can store a universe ship. To be able to survive a C2 laser gun, he must have quite a few treasures on him. Bu Luolin wanted money, however he didn't care for small amounts, naturally he thought of Luo Feng. Just from the surface this Luo Feng had quite a few treasures on him. Any random treasure from the world within a world would be worth an astronomical price. I can only do that. Bu Luolin gritted his teeth. Bu Luolin changed into a normal set of clothes and left his palace. The Imperial Palace on the Imperial Planet was a completely floating city. Within the city there were many palaces. This palace city was heavily guarded. It's Your Majesty Bu Luolin. Some of the guards hurriedly stepped aside, and Bu Luolin walked deeper into a vast courtyard. At the edge of the courtyard, there was a seemingly ordinary stone stele. Bu Luolin walked towards the stone stele. Ripples appeared on the surface of the stone stele, and Bu Luolin's entire body entered it. On the mountain peak that was as tall as the clouds, there was a ripple. A human silhouette walked out. Your Majesty Bu Luolin, what are you doing in the sacred land? A low voice rang out and a heart-palpitating aura spread out. A skinny man with a pair of wings on his back instantly appeared on the mountain peak, his green eyes staring at Bu Luolin. Bu Luolin was startled and hastily said, I have something to discuss with my grandfather. Let him come here. A voice traveled millions of miles and reverberated on the mountain peak. The winged man glanced at Bu Luolin and coldly said, Remember, go straight to Lord Hargrey's place, do not trespass anywhere else. Yes. Bu Luolin was very respectful. The sacred land Black Dragon Mountain was the biggest backer behind the Empire's imperial family. The founding emperor of the Empire, the current god master of the sacred land, Black Dragon Mountain. He was the one who communicated with the space in the universe and fused it with his inner world, forming the great and vast god nation. Sacred land Black Dragon Mountain. Divine Kingdom. Bu Luolin flew out of the mountain and looked at the vast world in front of him. This was a boundless ocean, and above the ocean was a sun. That was a true star that an undying brought from the outside world into his god country, splitting the heavens and earth, plucking down the stars. He was talking about immortality. The sacred land compared to the capital planet outside, who knows how many times larger. Bu Luolin flew and looked up at the star in the sky. To be able to place a star in here, an undying is too powerful. If one day I can become an undying. Thinking about it, Bu Luolin shook his head and laughed bitterly. Undying, just thinking about it made him feel like it was too far away. The entire Black Dragon Mountain starfield had less than 100 sector lords, but these close to 100 sector lords would probably all die of old age. To break through to undying it was too difficult. The lifespan of a sector lord was limited. Undying was an eternal existence. Who? With a thought, Bu Luolin released his universe ship from his storage ring. So, the universe ship flew through the vast god country, swiftly heading towards where his grandfather was. This ship's speed was extremely fast. After flying close to 1,000,000 km, he saw the most majestic mountain range in the entire god country. A huge black mountain range that floated above the ocean, over 100,000 kilometers tall. A floating mountain range that was over 100,000 kilometers tall. A mountain range that was even larger than Earth. The entire mountain range was completely black like a huge black dragon with wings. This mountain range was the legendary Black Dragon Mountain. Black Dragon Mountain. Even though Bu Luolin had been here many times, he still felt shocked. Nearing the Black Dragon Mountain, the naked eye couldn't even see the peak of the mountain range, nor the end. Come to me. A voice resounded in Bu Luolin's ear. Yes. Bu Luolin sat in the universe ship and flew to Black Dragon Mountain. He kept the ship and immediately flew towards a luxurious palace. In front of the palace stood a bald old man with an aquiline nose. The temperature around him seemed to have dropped by a few degrees. He was the top 3 strongest amongst the sector lords in the sacred land Black Dragon Mountain. Hargrey. Grandfather. Bu Luolin flew over. Hargrey looked at Bu Luolin, revealing a rare smile. Abu, why have you come to me? Grandfather, I haven't had a good time these days. Bu Luolin said helplessly. I understand. Hargrey saw his grandson like this and felt a little ashamed. The world within a world trip, his grandson had done well. However, because of the inheritance crystal ball, he ended up with such a result. And the treasures his grandson had all ended up in Hargrey's hands. Grandfather, on the capital star, we can't do anything without money. Luo said helplessly, right now I know there's a star-level punk in the world within a world who has acquired many treasures. However, I'm unable to use the Empire's information system, the Empire Citizen Database to investigate, even though I know there are treasures, I can't acquire them. Oh. Hargrey's eyes gleamed, you're sure? I'm very sure. Luo nodded. 1. I'm sure he's in the castle exchanging for treasures. 2. He has a space ring with a universe ship. 3. He was hit by a C2 grade laser gun and didn't die. What's his name? What information do you have? Hargrey asked. The world within a world trip, Hargrey was close to bankruptcy. Normal sector lords had 10 mixed elements of wealth, however he, Hargrey, couldn't even take out one mixed element. He's called Luo Feng. In the world within a world, he entered the allied army as a subordinate of the Three-Axe Mountain Mingyu. Luo said, however I have no way of investigating, I'm just a prince, I don't have much power. I'll investigate. Hargrey said directly. At the same time Hargrey's consciousness entered the virtual universe network and began to give orders. Princes had little power. However, even though Hargrey had lost his power, he was after all still one of the top 3 sector lords in the sacred land Black Dragon Mountain. Not only could he use the Empire Citizen Database, he could also use the sacred land Black Dragon Mountain Special Information System to investigate. Within a few minutes, Hargrey had gotten his answer. Hargrey creased his eyebrows. You found it? Luo was filled with anticipation. Yes, I found it. Hargrey creased his eyebrows. Luo Feng, he's indeed under Mingyu. After the world within a world incident, he received 100 planets and territories from Mingyu. And Mingyu received a level 5 genetic energy weapon, the air cutter blade, and sold it to one of the generals of the Three-Axe Mountain. I estimate this air cutter blade is the treasure Luo Feng acquired. Early on, Luo Feng had a planet under him called Earth. Heading to Earth is very troublesome. One has to go through a wormhole and fly for close to 3 years before reaching. The Sacred Lands Information System found out from the Pot Lei family. The Pot Lei family had once arranged for a small team, spending close to 3 years heading to Earth. However, there's actually a Universe Level 9 warrior on Earth, stopping the Pot Lei family's team, and declaring it to be within the Three-Axe Mountains territory. Luo was stunned. He couldn't help but say, Grandfather? It's very troublesome. Hargrey shook his head. 1. We don't know if Luo Feng is on Earth. 2. Heading to Earth takes too long. 3. There's at least a Universe Level 9 on Earth. If we want to send, we'll at least send a Domain Lord. And I only have 3 Domain Lords under me. 4. The treasure Luo Feng acquired, the air cutter blade, has already been given away. 5. The most important thing is, that's the territory of the Three-Axe Mountain. The Three-Axe Mountain, the head of the 4 great organizations. The sacred land Black Dragon Mountain was not willing to easily become enemies with the Three-Axe Mountain. This matter will temporarily end here. I'll arrange for the Sacred Lands Information System to focus on investigating Luo Feng. Hargrey emphasized, I've been very busy lately too, I have to focus on nurturing my group of disciples. Understood. Luo also knew that there was no other way. Grandfather, are you talking about training disciples? Luo was very astonished. A peak stage world overlord would at most occasionally guide his disciples. As for wholeheartedly nurturing disciples, he had never heard his grandfather mention this before. This is a mission assigned by the Holy Land. Hargrey sighed. Right now in the vast universe, many universe countries, god countries and organizations are seriously training their disciples. Also, those solitary experts will also nurture their disciples very seriously. After all, time is running out. What? Luo was even more confused. 2 pinnacle battles. Hargrave reminded. Luo's eyes widened. Grandfather, you mean? Luo's breathing quickened. Is it the battle of the absolute geniuses, or the battle of the strong? Luo asked. The battle of geniuses, Hargrave said. Luo's heart raced. In the vast universe, the strong preyed on the weak. And the human race was one of the pinnacle races in the universe. However, even though they were at the pinnacle now, it didn't mean they would always be at the pinnacle. Hence, humanity would also work hard to nurture their elites. There were 2 vast selection battles amongst humanity in the universe. One was the Universe Humanity, Pinnacle Genius Selection Battle, the other was the Universe Humanity, Pinnacle Warrior Selection Battle. The Pinnacle Genius Selection Battle was open to all the star-level humans in the universe countries. As long as they were star-level humans they could participate. The Pinnacle Warrior Selection Battle was open to all the universe-level warriors in the universe countries. All universe-level humans could participate. The various universe countries, trillions of galaxies, countless star-level humans would battle under absolutely fair conditions. To be able to emerge at the end, those are all absolute geniuses from countless galaxies. Hargrey exclaimed, at the star level one can already see a person's talent and comprehension, their level of genius. Conducting selection battles amongst all the universe countries. I wonder if our Black Dragon Mountain Starfield's #1 genius can make it into the top 1 million of the universe. It can't be that bad. Luo couldn't help but say, our entire Black Dragon Mountain Starfield has over 8,000 galaxies, with trillions of star levels. Don't tell me it's hard to even find a genius to enter the top 1 million? Very hard. Extremely hard. Hargrey nodded. The Ganwu universe country has over 13,000 starfields, of which there are close to 1,000 subordinate countries. Our Black Dragon Mountain Empire is only a subordinate country of the Gangwu Universe country. In terms of warrior numbers, we're even weaker than the starfields directly under the Gangwu Universe country. Our Black Dragon Mountain Empire's #1 genius, to even rank within the top 10,000 in the Gangwu Universe country is very hard. Much less the entire human race in the universe with over 1,000 universe countries. Hargrey said, just like the last genius battle within the top 10,000 of the Gangwu Universe country, there wasn't a genius from our starfield. Ah. Luo stared wide-eyed. Shame, this is our Black Dragon Mountain Empire's shame, it's also our sacred land's shame. Hargrey's rage surged, the surrounding temperature immediately dropped, the surrounding air froze, forming ice crystals. Grandfather. Luo felt the bone-piercing cold, shouting. Hargrey's thoughts moved, the surrounding temperature returned to normal. I feel ashamed, just a belly full of anger. Alright, I still have to nurture that group of disciples, you can return first. Hargrey said. Yes, grandfather. Luo didn't dare say much, immediately leaving. This time, his original plan to get his grandfather to send people to deal with Luo Feng had been delayed. China year 2066, March 9th, day, Virtual Universe, Black Dragon Mountain Island. The many continents and islands in the Virtual Universe, similarly had black skies and white nights, even the sky had a simulated star. At this time it was night time, the entire Black Dragon Mountain Island had many lights, some bars and other places were even more resplendent, everything was the same as before. Suddenly, in the night sky above the Black Dragon Mountain Island, an incomparably huge black announcement appeared out of thin air. On this completely black announcement, there were dazzling words that emitted white light. Humanity of the universe. Genius battle. Once every 10,000 years. It's about to begin. It's organized by the Virtual Universe Company and all the universe countries. You're a genius? Unable to find an opponent of the same level? Then let's participate in the pinnacle genius battle. Here, there will be countless universe countries from the entire universe, trillions of geniuses battling. For more information, please use the virtual assistant to enter the Virtual Universe Network to browse. This huge announcement suddenly appeared in the night sky. It was over 1,000,000 miles long and wide. Even the Black Dragon Mountain Island, which had a population of hundreds of millions, could clearly see this announcement if they raised their heads. The top genius battle is about to begin? Wahaha, this is crazy. Trillions of geniuses from all the universe countries battling? This is a grand event for the entire human race. I heard that the top 1,000 in the entire universe will receive a shocking reward. This time it's organized by the Virtual Universe Company, the rewards will definitely be huge. The Apex Genius Battle is held twice every 10,000 years. This time it was held by the Virtual Universe Company. This time it will be held in the Battle Axe Coliseum. Hurry up and check out the official website. In the Virtual Universe, every continent that represented a universe country, every island that represented a middle-tier country in the universe had a huge notice board in the air. Every notice was advertising the news of the universe humanity, pinnacle genius battle that was about to begin. Within a night, this news had spread throughout all the universe countries of humanity. The speed of transmission was extremely fast. One could see how advanced the Virtual Universe Network was. Slaughterhouse space. This was a vast desert, and there were thousands of black-clothed people densely packed together. Every black-clothed person was a star level 5, and in front of these thousands of black-clothed people stood a white-robed bald man, wielding an origin energy battle blade. The edge of the blade reflected a faint cold luster. Kill? The thousands of black-clothed men shouted coldly, after which they all madly rushed over like lightning. The white-robed bald man smiled as he walked over, his surroundings were filled with lightning. When the foremost group of black-clothed men rushed over, the white-robed bald man's body suddenly moved, the battle blade in his hands moved too. Chi. The blade was as fast as lightning. In an instant, it sliced open the head of a black-clothed man, fresh blood and brain matter splattered everywhere. Chi. The white-robed bald man's steps didn't seem fast, but each time he moved strangely. At the same time the battle blade didn't move. The moment it did, it was as fast as lightning, killing in one hit. His steps and blade movements formed a very strange and mysterious rhythm. The combination of fast and slow, large amounts of opponents of the same level were killed. Chi. A long whip lashed on the white-robed bald man's left arm, immediately causing it to explode. Fresh blood splattered everywhere. Chi. The others surrounding him immediately took the chance to attack in a frenzy. The white-robed bald man was dead. The surrounding space trembled slightly, all of the black-clothed men including the corpses, blood stains and remains disappeared, and the white-robed bald man once again appeared. Woo, I did well, right? Thunder God smiled. I killed over 190 opponents of the same level in one breath. Stupid. You're stupid to the max. Back then without my teaching, you could already have a domain by yourself. Now I'm fully nurturing you. A genius like you should improve even more. On Thunder God's shoulder was a fist-sized white-bearded old man roaring. Also, the last time you actually lost to that Hong. I've lost face. Hong doesn't have a teacher, you have me to teach you, and you actually lost. I almost won. Thunder God said, you have to know that in all these years I've never won against my big brother even once. The last time I almost won, that's not bad. What do you mean by not bad? You have to have high expectations of yourself. Alright, now let me talk about your movement and blade work. From today's test, your movement still has many problems. I can see 9 points. Number 1, the movement of the blade is also a part of your movement. You've never been able to fully understand it. Number 2, the white-bearded old man pointed out a bunch of flaws. Thunder God listened attentively. After the training ended, Thunder God walked out of the killing fields. As he stretched outside the Great Hall, preparing to call the Pegasus in the sky, he saw the incomparably huge announcement in the sky. Damn. Thunder God stared. Such a huge announcement? Thunder God looked at the contents of the announcement. Genius battle? Punk, you have to participate, it's a rare opportunity. Old Man Wu roared. Big Brother 30? Thunder God informed Luo Feng and Hong. Earth's Asian continent, dawn. On a ruined highway, Luo Feng was dressed in a battle uniform, carrying a dark golden long rod on his back, coldly staring ahead. With a thought, he roared, illusion form. Immediately, a golden light flew out from the dark golden long rod on his back. Simultaneously a strange and powerful energy descended and merged into the golden light, causing it to pause in midair. These were 9 thin little golden blades, and at this time, these 9 palm-sized little golden blades were scattered and arranged. At the same time they were incomparably complex and peculiar golden engravings. With the help of the compressed domain, Luo Feng relied on his powerful consciousness to forcefully control the 9 little golden blades. The golden threads permeated and connected. In terms of complexity, it was thousands to tens of thousands of times more complicated than the soaring shuttle. Condense. Luo Feng gritted his teeth. The 9 little golden blades connected with each other, the complicated golden threads, the mysterious combination finally caused a golden illusion blade to gradually form. Peng. The golden illusion blade crumbled, the golden threads broke and dispersed into the 9 little golden blades. Return. LuoFeng's expression was pale, shaking his head and sighing. The 9 little golden blades swiftly flew back to the dark golden long rod behind him, following the gap in the rod and piercing into it. I didn't expect the first level of the Nan Shen Armament to be so difficult. Luo Feng shook his head and sighed. This Nan Shen Armament had been nurtured for a period of time, it was already incomparably compatible with him. However, the difficulty of unleashing it was indeed shocking. Even the first level was so taxing for him. Right now his domain was level 5, and he had stepped into the doorstep of the universe gold origin laws. Simultaneously his willpower amplifier had reached 58. Of course this willpower was actually the sole willpower of the universe level 6 golden horn beast, hence it made Luo Feng, a star level 7 spirit reader, have such a sick willpower. Strong willpower, domain level 5, initial steps into the doorstep of the universe gold origin laws. Any one of these would be sick within the star level. However, even so, he hadn't even mastered the first level. Don't rush, Luo Feng, your domain origin law comprehension willpower, unleashing the first level is enough. However, you're not used to it yet, you'll have to practice over and over again. Many of the controls have to reach the stage where they become second nature. That way, controlling it won't take up so much of your willpower. Babata said. Understood. Luo Feng nodded. Luo Feng, there's a call from Thunder God. Babata said. It's him? Second brother? Luo Feng was shocked. Thunder God had been trained hard by his living AI, he rarely contacted him. Connect to the virtual universe network. West Asia in a wilderness. A beggar dressed in tattered clothes sat crossed-legged under a crooked tree. The surrounding beasts that frequently ran past ignored him, not even bothering to eat him. Howl. The beasts all attacked each other, fresh blood flowing everywhere. However, the beggar still sat quietly. If there's light, there's light. There's none, there's only darkness. The beggar said softly. Oh. The beggar who was sitting there immediately vanished. The area around him actually became pitch black. Suddenly this pitch black disappeared and the beggar appeared once again. The universe, nature. The ancient people's wisdom is vast and profound, it's just that they're limited by their bodies and spirit, unable to probe deeper. The beggar revealed a smile. I was almost defeated by second brother last time, this time I finally stepped into the domain level 6. Oh? Second brother is looking for me again, don't tell me he wants to spar with me? The beggar's tattered clothes immediately ignited, simultaneously a set of clothes extended from his body, immediately becoming a calm-looking man. It was the big brother of the Earth's 3 strongest. Hong. Luo Feng and Hong both entered the virtual universe network. Virtual universe, Black Dragon Mountain Island 9-Star Bay District. Luo Feng and Hong appeared at the grass patch outside their house. At this time Thunder God shouted, 30 big brother, you've finally arrived, quickly look up. What's the matter making such a racket? Hong smiled and glanced at him before looking up. Luo Feng too looked up curiously. In the sky, there was an incomparably huge announcement, almost like a heavenly screen covering the sky. Genius battle? Hong squinted, a gleam flashing past. The entire universe's universe countries, trillions of geniuses battle? Luo Feng looked at the announcement and couldn't help but take in a deep breath. Madness, it was simply madness, just how vast was the universe. Not even mentioning the universe, just the Ganwu universe country alone had over 100 million galaxies. A galaxy's number 1 genius, the entire universe country could gather over 100 million geniuses. Interesting. Luo Feng squinted, within he felt a strong desire. Big brother 30? Thunder God walked over, extending his hand and pointing beside him. Immediately a screen appeared, on it was the Virtual Universe Company's official website, and on the main page there was an incomparably conspicuous topic, Humanity of the Universe. Genius battle. Open it and take a look. Hong said. Thunder God gently tapped and opened the topic. After opening it, it was a detailed introduction of the universe's humanity. Genius Battle. The Genius Battle was open to all star-level humans. As long as you were a star-level human, you could register to participate. And the Genius Battle, accurately speaking, was held once every 5,000 years, and twice every 10,000 years. These two were respectively organized by the Virtual Universe Company and the Battle Axe Dojo. Hence to the Virtual Universe Company, this Genius Battle was naturally a once in 10,000 years event. Luo Feng's eyes gleamed. The Genius Battle was split into Universe Country selections and the final battle. The various Universe countries would conduct internal selections, after which the elites would be chosen to participate in the final battle of the entire universe's humanity. The final battle would determine the final rankings. The top 1,000 in the universe will receive 3 great rewards. 1. According to your rank, you will receive 10 mixed elements, 10,000 mixed elements. 2. You will receive a slot to enter the primal universe to study. 3. You can become a core member of the Virtual Universe Company. Luo Feng was shocked within. As long as one was ranked in the top 1,000, the lowest one would obtain 10 mixed elements, comparable to all of his gains in the world within a world. The highest reward was 10,000 mixed elements. Only the number 1 in the entire universe Genius Battle would be able to obtain it. 10,000 mixed elements was already comparable to the entire wealth of an undying. The Virtual Universe Company was indeed rich and overbearing. 8,000 people can enter the primal cosmos? Luo Feng couldn't forget the scene during the Ganwu auction for the slot to enter the primal universe. Even his teacher hadn't entered the primal universe before. Their offer is not bad. Bonus, entering the primal universe, becoming a core member. Mitchell. These conditions are worthy of the top 1,000 absolute geniuses. Babata said, Luo Feng, the opportunity is not bad, you have to go try. What do you mean try? Asked Luo Feng. From your tone, it sounds like it'll be hard for me to charge into the top 1,000? What do you mean by very difficult? Luo Feng, you've really underestimated the trillions of geniuses in the universe. Not to mention the top 1,000 in the entire universe, that's too difficult for you, almost impossible. Just the Ganwu Universe country alone, to be able to charge into the top 1,000, that's already not bad. Babata said. Luo Feng was shocked. Even though there are very few undyings in the universe, however, with so many universe countries added together, the number of star levels under the tutelage of undyings, that number in the trillions. In terms of talent, there are many with powerful bloodlines and amazing talents, there are many. In terms of comprehension, there are countless people in the universe, how could there not be many with extremely strong comprehension? In terms of willpower and hard work, there are many more. Your biggest trump card is the Golden Horned Beast's body, it bestows you with an extremely strong willpower, and also lowers the requirements for your comprehension of the origin laws. However, with these, to charge into the top 1,000 of the trillions of geniuses in the universe, really, there's still a long way to go. Babata's tone changed, saying, of course you've already worked very hard, even though the Golden Horned Beast has bestowed you with enough talent, but the difference between Golden Horned Beasts and Golden Horned Beasts is still very big. Your Golden Horned Beast, you've trained very hard to be able to reach a domain level 5 in a short 3 years. Your hard work is the main reason. Like your big brother and the others, in terms of age, they're even older than your grandfather. And many of the star-level geniuses in the universe are already a few hundred years old. As for the star levels that have lived for a few thousand years, they're actually not a threat. To not be able to break through to the universe level in a few thousand years, that's not a genius at all, their comprehension and other aspects are definitely very weak. Your biggest weakness is, your training time is too short, you've trained till now, it hasn't even been 30 years. Luo Feng was silent. Of course, willpower, domain, origin law comprehension, these 3 added together, you're indeed very strong, at least sweeping through the geniuses of the Black Dragon Mountain star field, no problem. The universe's top 1,000, that's too far away. You just have to fight your way into the Ganwu Universe country's top 1,000, and that'll be considered a success. Babata said. When the news of the Genius Battle caused Luo Feng and his brothers to be in a mess, at this time, in the vast universe's countless galaxies, there were trillions of star-level humans that yearned for the Genius Battle. This was a vast god country. Within the god country floated many flame mountains. At this time, a red-haired figure, his entire body bathed in flames, about 7 m tall, stood in mid-air. Beside him stood Sector Lords, and in front of him knelt over 1,000 star-level youths. You all are the most elite disciples of my Sky-Fire God country. A voice that was as majestic as thunder resounded within the ears of the 1,000 youths. As long as any one of you can pass the initial selection and enter the arena battles, then I'll take him in as a personal disciple. If he can make it into the universe country's top 1,000, I'll give him a galaxy as his territory. The god within the flames said coldly, right now go prepare, don't disappoint me. Yes, God leader. Over 1,000 youths replied respectfully. On your bodies lies the glory of my Black Dragon Mountain Empire. A low hoarse voice resounded. In the sacred ground Black Dragon Mountain, a tall and muscular man clad in black scale armor with a black dragon horn on his forehead stood there. The space around him froze and the world overlords in the surroundings were all extremely respectful. Before this existence, these world overlords basically didn't dare to show the slightest bit of disrespect. Just the power he emitted was enough to make one's heart tremble. Go, fight for the glory of my Black Dragon Mountain. The gigantic deity that seemed to be able to split heaven and earth apart said. Yes, God leader. Close to 1,000-star level youths knelt there, extremely respectful, their expressions excited. Amongst them, it was their first time seeing the legendary founding emperor of the Black Dragon Mountain Empire, the great undying being. A green-colored planet, the entire planet was filled with lush vegetation, with many aboriginals living there. This planet didn't seem to have any traces of technology or civilization. On this planet, the fighters were extremely strong, even giving birth to tens of universe levels. The number of star levels was even more shocking. A planet with such a strong military force should have entered space civilization a long time ago. Unless its geographical location was really too remote. Or maybe it was an absolute warrior's territory. A few warriors would specially nurture a few planets, allowing them to not be invaded by technology. 100-star level 9 fighters, spirit readers, in a while they will surround and attack you. A white-robed bald old man said slowly. Beside him stood a well-built young man in white who carried a blood-red longsword on his back. Yes. The white-robed youth nodded. Immediately in the distance a group of star level 9 fighters and spirit readers flew over, immediately surrounding the white-robed youth. Normally when one fought against many, one would rely on their techniques to dodge, allowing themselves to only face a few opponents in a short period of time. Like this, being surrounded and attacked. It was considered suicidal. Do it. The white-robed bald old man ordered indifferently. Rumble. The 100-star level 9 fighters and spirit readers surrounding the white-robed youth made their moves at the same time, maybe using spirit weapons, spirit attacks, or even swords and blades to attack. Hua! A blood-red sword light flashed. The white-robed youth's body became blurry, and around him appeared many images of the white-robed youth. Fresh blood splattered, the 100 people's bodies were either split apart or their heads flew. In an instant they were all killed. Very good. The white-robed old man's eyes gleamed. You've improved from before, you're the most outstanding genius I've seen in all the trillions of galaxies I've roamed. The white-robed youth's body trembled, his cold eyes looking at the white-robed bald, his eyes filled with shock. Teacher, you just... How long had it been? Ever since he followed this incomparably strong warrior, he had never heard such obvious praise. At most it was still all right, or average, or something along those lines. Teacher doesn't have much to teach you. The white-robed old man said. Teacher, I... The white-robed youth wanted to say something, but he who wasn't good with words didn't know what to say. Go participate in the Universe Genius Battle. With your strength, entering the Universe Top 1000 would be easy. In the Virtual Universe Company, where the strong are as common as the clouds, only then will you be able to find a suitable teacher to teach a genius like you. The white-robed bald said, wait till you reach undying, then find a teacher. Oh. The white-robed bald old man vanished in midair. Teacher. The white-robed youth wanted to say something but stopped abruptly, saying softly, Genius Battle? Genius Battle? The entire universe's many universe countries? A young man with messy hair, 3 m tall, barefooted, walked with big steps on a desolate mountain range, carrying a short blade on his back, laughing heartily. Interesting, I too man haven't met a worthy opponent in a very very long time. And behind him in the distance was the corpse of a universe level 1 warrior. In the vast universe, the various universe countries, countless god countries, and many famous absolute geniuses, along with many bitter trainers, wandering fighters etc., countless geniuses all noticed this super genius battle that covered the entire universe countries. There was no first in literature, no second in martial arts. The more talented one was, the more they wouldn't submit to others. Virtual Universe, Black Dragon Mountain Island 9-star Bay Little District. Luo Feng, Hong and Thunder God looked at the screen. Second brother, third brother, do you want to participate? Hong looked at Luo Feng and Thunder God. Luo Feng and Thunder God looked at Hong, their eyes filled with a thirst for battle. The three immediately laughed. Haha. Let us 3 brothers go and stake it all. The 3 brothers from Earth were filled with confidence and pride.